Hi Aquarius, I am the Awakened Dreamer, and I'm here to give you your weekly tarot reading for the week of January 4th to the 10th of 2021. And I do want to, of course, take this moment to remind you to head on down below and do like this video and leave me a comment. I want to hear all about your situation. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for me, as well as that little notification bell. And I meditated on your energy overall for the week before beginning, and the message that came through was making each day count. Making each day count. So let's get started. All right, let's do some shuffling to get this going so we can pull a couple messages to begin this weekly read from the Spellcasting Oracle deck. One shuffle. And as a reminder, my lovely Aquarians, this is a general reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and Venus if love shows up. So take what resonates and do leave what doesn't for somebody else. Alrighty, Spirit, what do we have to begin this weekly read for Aquarius, January 4th to the 10th, 2021? What else do we have? Alright, let's see what we have here. So we're starting off with forgiveness. It feels like there are people from the past you need to forgive, or you're looking for a sense of forgiveness throughout this week. That could just be on your mind. Maybe you need to forgive yourself at the end of the day for doing what's right for you, instead of thinking about other people like you typically do. Wow. Freedom. It feels like there may be a situation where you desire more freedom, and you know that you can't achieve it in that specific situation. For a lot of you Aquarians, this could be referring to your mindset, you feeling like you need more freedom from the overthinking that occurs too often. Dreams and spirit guide are going together. A lot of you are becoming more spiritual these days and getting more connected with your main spirit guide or spirit guides in general. And so you're being drawn to this reading for one of many reasons, one being to pay attention to your dreams. They're going to start to become more vivid, maybe even potentially a way for your guides to communicate with you. So pay attention to that. It's exciting. Let's do some shuffling so we can pull 7 tarot cards for the week, one for each of the upcoming days. Bear with me as I completely struggle. Story of my life. You might relate. All right, one more shuffle. What do we have, Spirit, for Aquarius to continue this reading for January 4th to the 10th? Interesting. Ooh, that was feisty. Keep them coming for a lovely Aquarius for this weekly read. Okay. And we're going to pull the last 2 from the top for you. All right, so we're starting off with the Hermit card. I feel like a lot of you Aquarians, especially those of you who are drawn to this reading for this week, have been spending a lot of time alone, been in a very reflective kind of hermit mode. And being side by side with this Freedom card, I feel like on Monday, you're going to kind of wake up feeling like I'm ready to socialize, I'm ready to go out and do something, I'm ready to not be in this hermit mode anymore. And it may kind of shock you and surprise you. But it's it feels like it's Spirit in the universe kind of starting your week off, kind of nudging you to come out of that cave, if you will. No offense, because I love my hermit mode. 6 of Cups to move right along. And at times it can feel like because you utilize your hermit mode too often, that can feel like its own form of cage. Interesting. So 6 of Cups. So Tuesday rolls around and you're feeling quite nostalgic, thinking back to the previous weeks, maybe even reflecting the previous year altogether. Some choices you made, maybe comparing, contrasting, you know, when you're in hermit mode versus when you're not. Interesting. But it does feel like because you've been in hermit mode so many previous days for so often, or you just feel like you've been lacking this sort of connection with other souls, you start the week off very much connected to spirit, but at the same time you're feeling like, you know, I'm going to make every day of this week count moving forward. You know, especially maybe even thinking as far as making every day of this year count. Thinking in a sense like no regrets this year, especially, or at the very least this week. So Two of Pentacles. So Wednesday rolls around, it may feel like you have a lot of decisions to make about your future. You might feel like you have a lot of pros and cons to weigh about where you're moving next, what direction you head next, whether it's in a certain area of your life, being your career or home life or family, friends, connections, or it could just be your life in general. I mean, it makes sense. You've been changing a lot recently, haven't you, Aquarius? And we're moving on to the Five of Cups. Just don't stress yourself out on Wednesday when it comes to making some decisions. So Five of Cups. And so you make your way to Thursday, and it's a bit of an emotional day. You sort of can't help but think back to some of these past situations, past choices that you've made. Maybe even dwelling over how you didn't make every day count in the past, but I mean, who's made every day count really? Think about it. So stop being so hard on yourself, you know, and remember to bring yourself back to the present and focus on the abundance you truly have moving forward. And that anybody or any situation that's gone and has been left in the past is meant to stay there. So trust and believe that and remember that. The Seven of Wands. So you move on to Friday and you may feel like, okay, so after that emotional day and having to make decisions and the way the week's transpiring so far, you just kind of want to protect your inner peace. Doesn't mean you won't want to socialize or connect with people in any way, shape, or form or get things done. It just feels like you will be very strategic as to who you connect with on this day. Being aligned with the Hermit card, you feel very vulnerable kind of stepping out of this hermit mode and kind of showing your new self to the world, I want to say, for a lot of you for the first time or for one of the first few times. And so being side by side with your spirit guide card, they're saying, trust, look to your spirit guide if you need help, if you need some clarification, or if you feel like you're doing something wrong, but you're not at the end of the day. But you may sort of feel that way when you're trying to protect your inner peace, feeling like it's conflicting with you, feeling kind of social. Interesting. And then the Nine of Pentacles. And again, a message may come through most definitely on this day in your dreams or that night. So Saturday rolls around for the weekend and you may feel like, you know what, I'm going to reach for my independence, reach for that pentacle, if you will, however that pertains to you, thinking back, being aligned with the Six of Cups, thinking back to how you've maybe not reached for that independence, not reached for that pentacle like you should have in the past, kind of settled or questioned your own worth, and it feels like you're leaving that behind. As you reflect and learn from what you've been through, the choices that you've made, and making better choices moving forward, one of which being doing what's right for you, reaching for that success and independence and freedom. Six of Pentacles to wrap up this week. So Sunday rolls around and you get a gift, a little abundance from the universe. It could be so many things, my friend. It could be a little windfall potentially. But it's all because they see the work you're doing. They see how you're taking this kind of courageous step to get out of hermit mode or to kind of step back into the world and socialize again, even though it feels very off, very uneasy, very vulnerable once again. But this reward's going to feel so good. It's going to finish your week off on a solid note. Being aligned with the Two of Pentacles, it may be very much related to some of these decisions you're making about your future. Could be some clarification if that is what you've been needing. Let's wrap this up by pulling a message or two from the Find Your Happy deck for Aquarius to wrap up this weekly read. Thank you, Spirit. For our lovely Aquarians. What else do we have? All right, let's see what we have here. Bear with me. May not take all of these. I feel, actually, we're gonna read that last. I surrender all expectations. Yeah, as you make every day count this week and moving forward, my friend, is surrender all expectations when it comes to how things unravel in other people and when it comes to yourself. You're not perfect. Nobody is. And then there are infinite resources available to me that there is. And some of these resources come through in unexpected ways, like, you know, a gift from the universe at the end of the week. So keep your eyes peeled. And then I do not cheat on my future with my past. Keep that in mind, my friend. Keep that in mind when you sort of start to dwell a little bit. And then I feel abundant and live a rich life now. Yes, my friend, get into that abundant, optimistic mindset as you make every day count this week. Alrighty, my friend, with that said and done, I hope this reading was truly helpful. Once again, I want to remind you to head on down below, like this video, and leave me a comment. And if you haven't yet, do subscribe to this lovely channel. Hope you have the most amazing week, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Aquarius.